Hello, Reading 91. This is a step-by-step guide on how to fill out the Chapter 1 study guide, which is your assignment for this week. Now, a study guide is the key elements of a chapter arranged in the same order as your chapter so that it's something that you can use to study from or to complete at-home tests without having to go back and reread the entire chapter. What we've done for you to begin practicing is set up a pre-structured study guide for Chapter 1 and for Chapter 2. And then you will be doing them independently on Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. For this study guide, you are going to need the study guide handout itself. To get this, go to Content Browser, Week 6, due by Saturday. If you click on this and download the worksheet there, you will also need, in addition to the worksheet, you will also need your textbook. Here's the cover of the textbook. Now, your first chapter starts like this. And you'll notice, here's the chapter title. And then I immediately have learning objectives here. Front page. If you turn the page, you see this. Here's the section title. You'll see me sometimes refer to them as a subhead. These section titles are reflected in the study guide here. Immediately after each section title, I have a prompt for you. In this particular case, write the key point of the first paragraph. Here's the first paragraph. At the very top, it starts, if you're like most students, you have already confronted new challenges in college. If you read the entire paragraph and write in one sentence, what's the point of this? What does the author most want you to know? The next piece is an exercise that I want you to complete. It's this exercise number 1. And you just complete it right there. Then it says read the second and the third paragraphs. Those fall right after the exercise. So based on the reading in these 2 paragraphs right here, which start if all of your answers and your first assignment, based on those 2, finish this. Our task when assigned college reading is, and your answer, our task when assigned college reading is 2 will be drawn from those 2 paragraphs. I ask you a similar thing for the 4th paragraph afterwards and the 5th paragraph. Now, as you're going through textbook reading, it's important to find the key points. It's also important to find the vocabulary that the author is introducing you to. For this study guide, I've put tips and reminders in. So make sure as you're answering, as you're writing information about paragraph 5, that you also include the definition they give of knowledge networks. And if you notice, it says the definitions here, and the next section is immediately about building knowledge networks, and so you need the definition to go on to understand the next section of the book. Underneath building knowledge networks, there's 2 paragraphs that list what readers need to do for reading and learning. I've given you the first one to set you up for the purpose of this section. So keep an eye out for these items as you go, and you're going to fill in the next 3. Under study process, this is 1 or 2 sentences on that first paragraph, this piece is an actual outline that gives you the study process, and I want you to identify that and write it out for yourself here. And finally, where it says Reader's Tip, that's what's referred to as a call-out box. So keep an eye out for those boxes. They're not part of the main paragraphs that you're reading. They're pulled out. But they summarize or sometimes add information that you need to know for how to do something related to what the textbook is teaching you. In this particular case, the textbook is telling you why you annotate, and the Reader's Tip box is telling you how to annotate. Now, when you've typed all of this in, or handwritten it and photographed it, put it in, make sure that you take the quiz before you submit it to Dropbox. The quiz is designed to, one, test that you actually filled in the study guide, but also to give you a chance to get some immediate feedback about the study guide. So you can use this quiz to find errors in your study guide and fix them before you submit it. As ever, if you have any questions, please let me know.